Hey guys, how's it going? Mike back again. A long time ago, I did a video focusing on my music collection. As I said before, you can see behind me, there's all my CDs. Box sets are up there, and the CDs go all the way down to the floor. Hundreds and hundreds. In my closet, I have at least 100 albums, vinyl. Up there in those baskets are all my old cassette tapes. And I did a video showcasing my VHS music collection. I really, and I just want to mention Dean of DVD, by the way. He did a really cool video on this Garth Brooks box set that he picked up. And I commented on his video that I wish more people would focus on music. Again, it's totally your prerogative. You do what you want. It's your channel. But this is my channel, so I'm going to do something that I like. And I like to focus on music a little bit now that I'm caught up on my monthly updates with my Blu-rays and DVDs. This video is going to be real short because I don't really have many, but I'm just going to show the music Blu-rays that I have. Next, in a few parts, I'll do my music DVDs, which I literally have dozens and dozens and dozens of, and I'll probably have to split that into 2 or 3 parts. I have everything. Just take you over here for a second. If you can see, I mean, there's stuff here. It starts out with like the Beatles, Johnny Cash, Harry Chapin, Billy Joel, Leonard Cohen, Counting Crows. You can just see there's all kinds of, I don't know how well this is coming through, but you can see there's just a lot of stuff there. And, I'm really proud of my music collection. Now, I really don't have many Blu-rays at all, but I do have dozens and dozens and dozens on DVD. But I only have 6 titles to show you on Blu-ray. So let's just do that real fast. And then hopefully when I get some time a little later, I'll do the 2, 3, or 4 part, whatever it is, DVD, music DVD. First I have Counting Crows, August and Everything After, live at Town Hall. August and Everything After was Counting Crows' debut album from 1993. Excuse me. They broke big with the song Mr. Jones. But there's so much more than that. When that song first came out, I was 16 and I did not like it. But after hearing their song Round Here, and songs like Perfect Blue Buildings and Anna Begins. I was a lovelorn teenager who had my heart broken, and those songs spoke to me. I'm more of a classic rock fan, and this was one of the first quote-unquote new bands that I liked in the 90s, growing up. Up till that point, it was all 70s, some 60s, and some 80s classic rock. But this is 2 hours, and it is from 2000, and it's really rather recent. I can't find the exact date. There is a little booklet in here. So, let me try to see. It's about 2010. But what they did is they did the entire album live. This comes out on Eagle Vision Home Video. And they did their entire August and Everything After album live. Round Here, Omaha, Mr. Jones, so on and so forth. There's a bonus feature, an in-depth interview with Adam Duritz, the lead singer, and Charlie Gillingham, his longtime guitar player and co-writer. Just a great concert. Absolutely fantastic. These are in alphabetical order, by the way. That's the only order. Here's another rather new one. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. in concert. This is from their 2012 show. It is a 2 CDs. I even kept the sticker there. 2 CDs and a Blu-ray. And this is just an absolutely fantastic set here. Songs like Long Time Gone, Military Madness, Southern Cross, Wasted on the Way, Helplessly Hoping, Johnny's Garden, For What It's Worth, from Buffalo Springfield, Teach Your Children, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, Stephen Stills' classic, their first song off their first album about Judy Collins, Stephen Stills' love at the time, Our House, Girl from the North Country, Bob Dylan's song, Deja Vu, just so many good songs, and they're on CD and they're on Blu-ray here, and this is just great. And these guys still can really rock out, through David Cross's drug problems, Stephen Stills' ego. Graham Nash is the guy who's kept the band together. He's the guy who's remained more or less sober, if you don't count weed, all these years. And but they rock out. And when Stephen Stills sings when David Crosby sings "Almost Cut My Hair," or Graham Nash sings "Our House," or Stephen Stills goes into those guitar solos, he rips into it, or Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, just absolutely fantastic stuff. Next is, I've said before, I have 2 favorite artists of all time, and tied for first. One is the late great Harry Chapin, who I have tons of DVDs and CDs and even VHS tapes that I've shown you. No Blu-rays, unfortunately. But the other one is still alive, and I believe he just got married yesterday for the 4th time, believe it or not. He was married to his first wife, Elizabeth. His third wife was a woman named Katie Lee, and his 4th wife is a woman named Alexandria or Alexa or something. But his second wife, you'll know him, Christy Brinkley. And this is Billy Joel, live at Shea Stadium in 2008. This was the final show at Shea Stadium where the Mets played before they closed it down in 2008. What's really cool about this, I live in the Philadelphia area, and they did a warm-up show for this concert at the Hershey Park Stadium in Hershey, Pennsylvania, about 3 weeks before the show here at Shea Stadium. So I got to go to that show at Hershey Park. And it's a smaller venue than Billy Joel usually plays. I guess only about 5,000 to 10,000 seats. Where Shea Stadium was, like 60 or something, 50, 60,000. And he usually plays 20,000 seat indoor stadiums or 50 to 60,000 seat baseball stadiums. But seeing him play in this smaller venue, it was the exact same show, and it was really, I read later, it was just a rehearsal show, basically, for the Shea Stadium show. They did basically the same set. They had the same backdrops, and it was just, excuse my French, but it was fucking fantastic. And I have this on CD, I have this on DVD, I have this on Blu-ray, and I have my memories of the Hershey Park show. It comes with this little insert here, which is not much, but, it is what it is, and then the disc. And there's great special guests on here. Opens up with Prelude, Angry Young Man. Goes on to My Life, Summer Highland Falls, Everybody Loves You Now. He does She's Always a Woman. Shameless with Garth Brooks, Dean of DVD might appreciate that. This is The Time with John Mayer on guitars. Scenes, hits like You May Be Right, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, Only the Good Die Young. Paul McCartney came out to finish the concert with Billy Joel. They did I Saw Her Standing There, Piano Man, and Let It Be together. And there's bonus performances that are bonus performances on here, but were actually in the body of the concert. Steven Tyler came out and did Walk This Way with Billy Joel. Roger Daltrey came out and did My Generation. Steven Tyler, of course, from Aerosmith. Daltrey, of course, from The Who. And John Mellencamp came out and did Pink Houses. It was a star-studded night. I mean, you know, Steven Tyler, Roger Daltrey, John Mellencamp. Tony Bennett came out, did New York State of Mind. Garth Brooks, John Mayer, Paul McCartney, and the great Billy Joel. I mean, this is just, you know, I promise when I do my DVD videos, I'll be a little quicker, guys, because I have so many to go through. But there's only 5 or 6 titles here, so allow me to go on a little bit. And I'm really passionate about music. I mean, I've seen Billy Joel in concert, you know, once in Hershey Park, once in Pittsburgh. A friend and I traveled to see Billy in Pittsburgh, where the Penguins used to play at the Mellon Civic Arena. And I've seen him in Philadelphia about 24 times. The first time was at the late great Spectrum in 1993. And the most recent time was last year, 2014. And he's coming again to Citizens Bank Park, where the Phillies play, in August of this year, next month. I don't have tickets, but I'm hoping to get them. I'm sure I will. I've seen him 24 times. I've gone by myself one time. I've seen him with girlfriends. I've seen him with my parents. I've seen him with my guy friends. I've seen him with so many different combinations of people. Like I said, I even went by myself one time just because I couldn't find anybody to go. I got a single ticket last minute on StubHub just because I didn't want to miss the show. And I had a good time then. I just, you know, I was in that particular show, I was in the last row of the Core State Center, whatever the hell they call it, Wachovia Center, where the Flyers and Sixers play. And every time I've gone, I've had an excellent time. I've seen him play with Elton John about 8 or 10 times. They're great shows as well. Not enough can be said about Billy Joel, in my opinion. A lot of people think he's corny. I don't understand that because, you know, some of his songs are overplayed. But look at his deeper catalog. Look at songs like Captain Jack. Look up songs that you never heard of, like Tomorrow is Today, Got to Begin Again, Everybody Loves You Now, Roberta, The Night is Still Young, Great Wall of China, State of Grace, Getting Closer, Temptation. Just great catalog of songs. Alright, next, we're all the way down to the Y. I saw this in theaters. This is Neil Young Journeys. This is a concert/documentary film. And Neil Young is one of my, just an advertisement here, Neil Young is in my top 10, maybe top 5 of all time. And he's done a few films with Jonathan Demme, this being one of them. Jonathan Demme, of course, of Silence of the Lambs. There's some special features. There's a 92Y interview with Neil Young and Jonathan Demme. There's a making of Journeys. And there's a featurette called Journey to Slamdance, a conversation with Neil Young and Jonathan Demme. In May of 2011, Neil Young drove a 1956 Crown Vic from his idyllic hometown of Omemee, Ontario, to downtown Toronto's iconic Massey Hall, where he intimately performed the last 2 nights of his solo world tour. So, this was in support of his 2010 album, Les Noise, which was produced by Daniel Lanois, or Lanois, where they got the title from, Les Noise. There's songs from that album, and there's songs like Ohio, and Hey Hey My, I Believe in You. Great songs, great documentary here. This is, it's actually rated PG because it's actually considered a documentary. And, you know, these Blu-rays all sound and look fantastic. And last but not least, well, no, sorry, I do have two. I do have one more Neil Young. This is Music Cares tribute to Neil Young. Every year, this Music Cares charity honors a rock and roll or just a great musician. Billy Joel has received the honor. Neil Young received the honor on January 29th, 2010. Now, Neil Young doesn't perform on this. This is other great artists doing Neil Young songs. And this is just awesome. I mean, look at that. I've even made notes and stuff for myself. That's how passionate I am about this stuff. And there's an insert in there with some reading material. Still have my original Amazon receipt in there. I mean, I really get into this stuff. And if it's a band that I like, I can really talk about for hours. So if anybody ever wants to talk music, leave comments below. Personal message me. I love to talk music. But Rockin' in the Free World with Keith Urban, John Fogerty, and Booker T. Jones. Lady Antebellum, Only Love Can Break Your Heart. Dave Matthews, The Needle and the Damage Done. Norah Jones sings Tell Me Why. Dierks Bentley does Cinnamon Girl. Josh Groban, Harvest Moon. Ben Harper does a really cool version of Ohio. Very different sounding. Jackson Browne does Don't Let It Bring You Down. Wilco does Broken Arrow. Jason Mraz and Sean Colvin do Lotta Love. It's gonna take a lot of love to get us through the night. Great song. Elvis Costello does When You're on the Losing End. Maybe the best song on the concert here is Heart of Gold by James Taylor. Neil Young's greatest popular hit. Not his greatest song, but his greatest hit. And done by James Taylor, one of the all-time greats. So you can't go wrong there. John Mellencamp does a great version of Down by the River. Crosby, Stills, and Nash come out and do Human Highway, which there's a great history to that song. And then Helpless, a great ballad done by Nico Case, Sheryl Crow, Leon Russell, and Elton John. Just absolutely fantastic. And a couple bonus performances, Mr. Soul and Revolution Blues by a couple bands I never heard of. This is incidentally put out by Shout Factory, continuing their quality. You can always count on Shout Factory to put out some cool stuff. And, it was an event in Los Angeles, and Neil Young has been supporting causes for a long time. He has two sons that were born with physical and mental disabilities. His one son, Ben, was born with severe mental and physical disabilities. He's only a couple years younger than me, but he can't talk. He's confined to a wheelchair. And Neil Young has tirelessly worked to raise money, and he doesn't get enough praise for it because he's not out there all the time telling you how much good he's doing. But he is a real great humanitarian, and he deserves an award like this. And then last but not least is the 25th anniversary best of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame concerts. This has a pretty cool, this is from Time Life, pretty cool slip cover there. And this opens up, it's a 2 Blu-ray set. There's a faux Rolling Stone magazine in here. Couple goofy inserts, but there's like a faux Rolling Stone magazine. We see Bono, Mick Jagger, and Springsteen there. This is pretty thick there. There's a ton of reading material in here. And this is a lot of rock and roll, the most recent rock and roll, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's a lot of debate about who should be in and who shouldn't. And there's a lot of bands that aren't in there that I think should be. There's a lot of bands that are in there that I think shouldn't be. But the bands that are in there that I think should be have done some great performances. And this is where you see some great artists doing, mashups with other artists. And this has some great stuff. There's a whole section of Crosby, Stills, and Nash where they sing with Bonnie Raitt, Jackson Browne, James Taylor. There's a whole section with Stevie Wonder, Paul Simon, David Crosby, and Graham Nash sing Here Comes the Sun. Dion DiMucci does The Wanderer. When will she stay, my little... Yeah, run away. The same guy who did Runaway, The Wanderer. I roam around. Simon and Garfunkel, and from like 2008 or 10 or something. Still sounding great. Do the Sounds of Silence and Bridge Over Troubled Water. I love Simon and Garfunkel. Aretha Franklin. Metallica comes out with special guest the late great Lou Reed, Ozzy Osbourne, Ray Davies from the Kinks. U2 comes out, does some songs with Bruce Springsteen, Mick Jagger. Jeff Beck does some songs with Sting, Buddy Guy, Billy Gibbons. Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band come out with Sam Moore, John Fogerty, Darlene Love, and Billy Joel. A couple great songs, Springsteen and Billy Joel. They do Born to Run and New York State of Mind. And I like Springsteen, but I'm a huge Billy Joel fan. And hearing Billy Joel sing Born to Run is just a real treat. Of course, you Springsteen diehards are going to say, F that. But it's a real treat for me to hear Bruce Springsteen sing New York State of Mind with Billy, and to hear Billy Joel sing Born to Run with Bruce. So next I'll be doing my DVDs, on my music DVDs, which consist of basically the same kind of stuff, concerts, music videos, some Rock and Roll Hall of Fame stuff, some compilation stuff. I have about 50 to 75 music DVDs, maybe more. I'll be doing those videos in parts. So, I hope you like some of this music. I tried to show you my CD selection over there. You see I'm wearing my Kiss shirt. I even like them, although not as much as, the classic rock stuff. I'll give you some favorites real fast. Billy Joel, Harry Chapin, Cat Stevens, Simon and Garfunkel, Neil Diamond, Neil Young, Counting Crows, Nine Inch Nails, Phil Oakes, Kiss, The Beatles, Johnny Cash, Glenn Campbell. Who am I missing? So many more. Green Day, David Gray, Sheryl Crow, Jim Croce. His name rhymes with mine. Mike Tocci, Jim Croce. And he grew up right in West Philadelphia, about 15 minutes away from where I live, and went to the same school as my father. He was in the Army. He was in the National Guard with my father, and that's not a lie. Jim Croce and Vince Tocci were in the National Guard together. Check out the records. Who else? Art Garfunkel, Paul Simon, Simon and Garfunkel. Just so many. Who else didn't I mention? Elton John, Meatloaf, Live, Pearl Jam, of course. How could I forget Pearl Jam? Stone Temple Pilots, Weird Al Yankovic. I even like guys like that. So many more. Elvis Presley. I love Elvis. Jesus. There's just so many. Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and all of them separately. A guy named John Gorka, who I'll introduce you to in my DVD setup. Just so many more up there. And I really hope to share my musical taste with you guys, and I hope you'll share some of yours with mine. I really appreciate Dean of DVD for doing that Garth Brooks video. I had done the VHS video a while ago, but Dean's Garth Brooks video really inspired me to get back into the music section of my videos, especially now that I'm caught up on my monthly movie updates. So again, I really hope you enjoyed this. I really hope you enjoy music more. And I'll tell you, I respect everyone's taste in music as long as you're passionate about your musical tastes. Whatever music you like, rap, rock, country, jazz, easy listening, I don't care if it's, you know, I don't care if it's J.S. Bach or P.D.Q. Bach. You know, just be passionate about it. You know, play it loud. Whatever it is that you love, play it loud. You know, whether it's Harry Chapin or Dr. Dre, you know, blast it. Johnny Cash or, you know, Johnny Cash or Duke Ellington. Blast it. Enjoy it. Learn it. Love it. Sing. Cat Stevens sang, if you want to sing out, sing out. Sing in the shower. Sing in the car. Nothing makes you feel better than singing. Even if you have a rotten voice like me. I love to sing in the car. I love to play my music loud. And when I'm feeling down, nothing gets me feeling better than playing these CDs that I've been collecting for years. I'll show you my albums. I'll show you my tapes. If you don't want to watch, don't watch. But I hope you guys get involved. And I'd like to see a lot of your musical tastes too. So I'm rambling now. But, you know, rock on. Peace. Love and all that good stuff, and I will see you next time. You guys take it easy, and happy belated 4th of July. Alright, take care.